For the last 2 years, everybody's saying that mortgage interest rates are supposed to go down. That was last spring, last fall, this spring, they're supposed to be down to the 6 to 6.25 was the speculation everybody's having. And now, all of a sudden, they're not supposed to go down in 2025 at all. Let's just talk about mortgage interest rates today. I'm going to give you a small introductory course on why they are where they are. We're going to talk about what are some possibilities for the future of mortgage interest rates going into 2025 and just a general blabbering about it. So if that's something that interests you, go on ahead, stick around, listen. If it's not something that interests you and you just want the outcome of the video, nobody knows what mortgage interest rates are going to do. You can't time the real estate market off of mortgage interest rates because it's impossible to dictate when they're going to go up or down. It's just like the stock market. So if that's what you're wanting to hear, you go ahead and stop here. Maybe comment down below if that helped you out at all. Other than that, my name is Paden Fairbanks with Mountain Buff Real Estate. Let's talk about it. All right, let's just start with the most basic question. What are interest rates at currently? They're at about 6.81% on average. So some people get a little bit lower, some people get a little bit higher. The lowest they've been in the last couple months was all the way down to 6.592% in the middle of December and all the way up to 7.2% in January, or about 7.2%. So quite a bit of fluctuation in the last couple months. And so in your mind, you're saying, hey, didn't the Fed rate go down by a certain amount in the last couple months? You would be 100% correct. Actually, the Fed rate has went down by a full percentage point since August. Starting in August, it went down from 5.5 to 5% in September, down to 4.75% in November, and all the way down to 4.5% in January, a full percentage point. And you immediately start saying, well, why didn't interest rates go down? Why didn't mortgage interest rates go down? The funny part of that is that they did. In September of 2024 was the lowest interest rates we'd seen in 2024, all the way down at an average of 6.18%. And they've steadily risen since that point, all the way up to 6.43, 6.81, 6.72, and then 6.96 was the average since January of 2025. And so your question is going to be, well, I don't understand. If the Fed rate went down, why didn't mortgage rates stay down the way that they were supposed to? The simple answer is that the real estate market is still too volatile for investors. The specific measurement that you want to be looking at when comparing mortgage interest rates is the 10-year Treasury yield. Kind of looking at it as there's more demand that's going into these 10-year Treasury yields, and as that yield goes higher, so do your mortgage interest rates. And so a safe assumption would be as well that the 10-year Treasury yield has not went down in the last couple months, which would be incorrect. In the beginning of December, the Treasury yield was all the way down to 4.15% and rose all the way up to 4.78% to January 13th. And then right now, you've seen that it's lowered all the way back down to 4.22%, or about a half a percentage point. And so the expectation would be that the 30-year mortgage would have done the exact same thing in the last month. And the truth of it is that since January, they haven't went down by half a point. They've went down by about 0.3%, and that's taking the absolute highest of 7.2%. And when realistically, they went down probably more like 0.2%. So I do think there's a realistic expectation that we will keep seeing mortgage interest rates go down. So I really do think it's a realistic expectation that mortgage interest rates should keep going down. The expectation would really be that they're at 6.5% right now. Why they aren't is because people don't feel comfortable with the real estate market. They don't feel comfortable with real estate prices. Investors don't want to put their money into it, and they're finding other investment vehicles that they would prefer to be invested in. It's just the simple answer to it. So the indicators that you're looking for over the next 6 months is people feeling optimistic about the real estate market, people feeling comfortable with real estate prices, and the 10-year Treasury yield continually going down. If those things happen, even just two of those things, you should expect to start seeing mortgage interest rates go down to that 6.5% rate. Once the market starts calming down and stops being so volatile, it'll be a great indicator for investors to get involved again, and you should have expectations that your mortgage interest rate should go down. Is the market starting to be less volatile? Absolutely. In the state of Utah, we've only went up by about 2%. Some people would say 3% with the way that they calculate the numbers. but still a very realistic and not incredibly volatile real estate market, only going up single digit numbers, which is good to see. Most of the time, most years, real estate goes up between 3 and 7%. And so seeing numbers like this should increase confidence for investors to put money back into the real estate market. You can actually see that since the drop all the way in 2023, 04, April of 2023, the market has been fairly calm since that point. And so hopefully in 2025 is when we will start seeing people be more comfortable with the real estate market, period. But there's no guarantee on this, and there's no projection that'll say that this is going to be correct or incorrect. What you have to be aware of is with the new president, who some people would consider volatile, might make it so mortgage interest rates are sticky. With demand increasing quicker than supply and making it so that home prices start going up quickly, might increase volatility and make it harder for people to want to invest in the real estate market. There's so many different things that could happen that would slow down your mortgage rate decrease. There is great indicators right now showing that the mortgage interest rates will go down in the next year, and it very realistically could go down to 6%, but nobody knows if that's certain, and I would not plan a mortgage around it. What do you think? Where do you think mortgage interest rates are going to be in the next year? I just wanted to present this information because I thought it was interesting. If you have any questions, comment them down below. Comment what you think the market's going to do. Comment what you think interest rates are going to do. This channel is funded off of my real estate sales. So if you're looking to buy or sell a house in Utah, southwestern Wyoming, or southeastern Idaho, I'd love to help you. If you're looking to buy a house anywhere in the United States, I've got a huge network of agents that I could definitely refer you to. Other than that, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.